Hey everyone, today I'm looking at Nights into Dreams. I was actually playing this version on the remastered edition on the Xbox because I never owned a Sega device or a Sega system. So Nights is wow. This game gave me schizophrenia. It's a very weird, like a really weird game in terms of the way games go. Where do I even begin? So, what's cool about Nights is, the basic premise is that there's a boy and a girl, and they kind of enter this dream world, and they're kind of living in this Western kind of setting, and so the girl has this dream where she wants to be, a really good singer, and the boy wants to be a really good, soccer player. And so they end up having nightmares about their dreams, and so when people have nightmares, apparently Nights, this whimsical, weird oblong character guy intervenes, comes in, and basically saves them from their nightmares and gives them good dreams. And so the bosses in this game are all nightmares. About the actual gameplay, so we have this whole cutscene play, and the Nights comes in. So the gameplay itself also is just really hard to describe, honestly. You basically are always flying, but you're in a 2D plane essentially, and you can go up and down and around certain objects. And there are certain things you collect, like these yellow balls essentially. And so if you go through the hoops or whatever, you'll collect all of them, but sometimes they'll just be in this pattern or formation. And if you want to get all of them really quickly, what Nights has to do is basically a loop-de-loop. And once you make a full circle, everything in that circle will essentially connect and go into your inventory. And so if your circle is too big, though, it has like a cooldown for your trail, essentially. And so if your circle's too big, it won't actually connect because it's constantly decreasing. And so you got to figure out the best way to do that. But yeah, honestly, I was just flying through these levels saying, like, I have no idea what's going on. This is absolutely crazy. And then you have these giant robotic squid looking things that also are the checkpoints / enemies, and there are also other enemies in these levels that sometimes push you off course and stuff. I can confidently say I've never played anything like this. It is very strange in its tone and its gameplay. And the other thing too that I found out about it is weird, is that like the main menu music is it's something. Like it has this sounds of like children playing and screaming and crying and laughing in the background. And like I said, very schizophrenic. And I mean that in the sense that you hear multiple voices just overlapping with each other. And it's interesting. You also have a dash and a boost ability where you have to get through certain objects like walls and stuff. And so throughout the level, essentially you will have to go through multiple checkpoints. And I think you go back to the same starting checkpoint, and then it gives you a rank, and then it sets you off on your next kind of run where the terrain has changed. And so sometimes you'll actually come across the checkpoint, and it says you haven't got enough points, or you haven't killed enough of those giant robotic squid things, and it'll tell you how many more you need, and you need to basically go through the level again. So I guess the point is to go through the level and have as few retries or reversals or pullbacks or whatever, and kind of get it the first try. But like I said, there's just not a lot of rules as to what's going on. It just seems like, okay, if I go up, I can go on a different route, and if I go down, I can go on this route, and then I can get enough points or enough whatever to basically go and get the gems essentially. And oh yeah, that's what you're doing this whole time. So when you enter the level, it's weird because it doesn't happen in a cutscene as you think it might. The girl and the boy, that you actually have control of them, funnily enough, at the beginning of the level, and you can move for about 5 seconds until these dream monsters come and hit you, and then all of your gems disappear, and then you play as Nights. And it's very strange because then you're basically essentially saving these persons' gems, which are part of their hopes and dreams, I guess, and basically saving them from inside the dream and returning it to them. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is definitely one of the crazier artistic games I've played. It's really interesting, though, and it's interesting to see this style of gameplay, which again I've never seen anywhere else. It's like very signaturely early Sega from the 90s, hyper abstract, very interesting, very cool. But the game itself, I wouldn't say is honestly very fun. It basically recycles this formula over and over and over again, and it's not super entertaining or fun. It feels kind of repetitive, honestly, and of course the levels are different to mix it up a bit, but it's still the same level of confusion with I have no idea what I'm doing, but I guess it looks cool. Also in the game there are a series of bosses, so after you do a series, and once you do like the mission and everything required in it, you will face off against a boss, which might have a strategy, and of course the easier ones you just kind of like ram into them, and some of them you need to like push through a series of walls and stuff, and basically grab them and hit them in a certain direction or against a certain object in order to really take them out. And after every run and at the end of the game, you also, or at the end of the level and at the end of the boss, you also get a ranking. And I was only able to get C. I have no idea how to get something higher than that. It's just really, again, like bizarre and not really well explained. And this is one of the few times I would actually want a tutorial to explain what the hell do I have to do, because it's very confusing. Yeah. And again, that being said, there are not a lot of levels. There's only about maybe like 6 levels, and then like a final one, 3 for the girl, 3 for the boy. And again, the music in this game is something. Everything from the main menu and its schizophrenic like children's sounds to when you finally beat the level, it has this, very like classically it's like an upbeat, very stylistic, fun. But yeah, this game is abstract as hell, and I enjoy it. It's not a very long game, and it's not super fun. I really don't know if I should recommend it to anyone. And honestly, if you're a Sega fan or Sonic fan, you're going to play this. But I think for most people, it's something that's a little bit too weird and abstract that I can't really recommend it. It's kind of like it falls into the Billy Hatcher, level of abstraction, where it's like, yeah, some people might like this, but most people won't, kind of thing. Yeah, it's honestly useful for its aesthetic and its music and everything else besides that, because again, it's whatever. And of course, you always have a time limit at the top of your character, and so depending on when you finish and how fast you can finish will give you a better score, I suppose. And so yeah, you have I forgot, the final boss of the game is Knight's alter ego, Realita or something. And so they're just like red knights, classic Sega, and they're very simple doppelgangers. And yeah, there's and you have to face off against him or her or it. I'm actually, usually with Sonic characters, you can kind of tell what gender or sex they are, but here it's actually pretty hard to tell. I'm pretty sure Knights is a guy, but again, I'm not sure that really matters, because he's a flying like purple like man dude thing that it's hard to describe. The only other thing I think I'll say before I go is it's very interesting that this series is about this magical, aquiline, tall, once-looking dude who essentially goes into the lives of these small girl and small boy and helps them achieve their dreams. You know what other series also does the exact same thing as that? Is Balan Wonderworld. Yes, there is a connection here. I was playing this game and I realized, oh wait, this is the same kind of setup as Balan Wonderworld a little bit. And so I guess Yuji Naka got his hands on this franchise as well or something. But yeah, there's not much else to say about this game. It's just a weird trip and kind of worth playing, at least for once in your life, I guess. Get a chance play it if you ever get a chance to do. And yeah, if you don't have a Sega Saturn, which most people don't, or a Sega Dreamcast, or I'm not actually sure. No, it's a Sega Saturn. There's an Xbox version actually available, so you can get that. Anyway, guys, see you later. Bye.